A very good morning, everybody, and welcome to this summer school session. On behalf of myself, my name's Adele, if you don't know me, and my colleague Craig.
Good morning, everyone.
We're delighted that you could join us today. First of all, we're just going to go through a couple of bits of housekeeping for you so that you know what's going to happen for the next hour. So you'll be in listen-only mode for the duration of the webinar, and we'll be recording the session and we'll share it on the CLIA website at the end of the month. And if you missed any of our July sessions, these are now on the website for you to view. We'll be using the questions section in GoToWebinar, and that's situated on the right of your screen. So if you click in the question icon, a text box will appear so that will make it easier for you to add in your questions. Submit any relevant questions or any comments you have, and we'll cover as many as possible at the end of each session. If we don't manage to get round to asking all your questions, then do email me at afoster@cruising.org and I will pass those over to the relevant person for you. So this morning we have a great session for you, which includes presenters from Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean International and A-Rosa. Now this morning there are 3 presenters, so each of them has 15 minutes to inspire and update you, and they'll also answer as many questions as they can within the time. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Danielle Curtin from Carnival Cruise Line. Danielle, good morning.
Hello, I'm just unmuting myself and hopefully everyone can see me on the video now. I can see myself, so I'm just going to wave to everyone and hope that everyone can see me. So firstly, good morning and thank you all so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. We know times are tough. Everyone's got a lot going on at the moment as well, so completely appreciate that. It's a difficult time and you know you're extremely busy. So first of all, Adele, if you want to go on the first slide for me, we're going to give a fleet update. So those of you that do stay in touch with Carnival Cruise Line have probably seen recently we've had so many changes. So this has only come out 2 weeks ago as of the beginning of August. So if you aren't aware of any of these changes, here are some of the major changes that would probably affect mostly in the UK. So first of all, we have got Carnival Inspiration and Carnival Fantasy have been sold. So it's a little bit of sad news, but we have to move forward with the times and the climate and what's going on in the world. So Carnival Inspiration and Carnival Fantasy have been sold. So if you have customers that were on those itineraries, your customers, you will have been notified through your agencies and you will have the options of future cruise credit or of course 100% refund as well, so you will have heard of those. We then have also made some changes to Carnival Imagination and Carnival Fascination. Now Carnival Imagination and Carnival Fascination are going into long-term layup, so they are going to go into storage as it is. If you look at it, if you're wondering what's long-term layup, cruise terminology, so they are going into long-term layup as of now. Okay, so this will mean that Carnival Fascination that previously did the very popular Barbados sailings and San Juan sailings, they are currently cancelled until further notice. Okay, so the ships that have been affected by long-term layup or being sold, we have most of those got replaced by another ship. So Carnival Inspiration and Carnival Imagination previously were sailing out of Los Angeles and they did the short sailings, 3-night, 4-night, 5-night sailings from Los Angeles. The good news is those itineraries from May 2021 are going to be picked up by Carnival Radiance. Now, those of you that haven't or don't know much about Carnival Radiance, Carnival Radiance is previously Carnival Victory, but with a $200 million makeover. She's effectively going to be one of our new ships, and well, she's just going to be an amazing ship to have in Los Angeles to pick up those short sailings that previously were inspiration and imagination. So if you have got guests that were sailing on any of those ships from May onwards
Danielle,
next year,
you're sounding
you
a
will
little
have
bit
been notified that they will be
like
having
a
a
darling.
change. Fingers crossed, a lot of people should be happy about that. And she's a much better ship. So customers that were booked on either of those two ships again.
So Danielle, sorry, you're not
really,
coming across very well.
really
What you're going to
good
do,
deal.
you're going to
And
try
they're now going to be sailing
go on to somebody else, and then we'll come back to you, if that's okay. So apologies for Danielle's internet. It seems to be a little bit stubborn this morning. I think it's the weather. What we'll do is we'll go on to somebody else and we'll come back to Danielle, if that's okay. So Danielle's going to go and sort out her computer. And so in the meantime, I'm going to go over to Sophie. Sophie, are you there from Royal Caribbean?
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sophie. If you just give me 2 seconds, I'm going to get your presentation ready and then we can get going. So again, apologies for the technical issues that we're having with Danielle, but we will come back to her shortly. Sophie, are you okay to go ahead?
Yeah, brilliant.
Fabulous.
That's perfect. So, first of all, thank you so much for allowing Royal Caribbean to join, and also to you lovely agents, thank you for spending the time with us this morning. So first of all, just a nice welcome to the extraordinary world of Royal Caribbean. And I think when Adele asked us to fit in a slot all around family cruising, we were just so excited, because for Royal Caribbean, this is absolutely what we are all about. So what is a Royal Caribbean holiday all around? Well, it's a cruise holiday that genuinely does live up to the hype. At Royal Caribbean, we do not like to live at ordinary experiences, and something that we absolutely live and die by is making sure we deliver holiday experiences above any other type of holiday. Now, last year we actually celebrated 50 years. We look a lot younger, I do know, but we did celebrate 50 years. And the next slide is a short video that just showcases in 2 minutes exactly what Royal Caribbean is about. We are innovators. We like to push the boundaries. A lot of people say, why do you do that? And we love a why not attitude. And I think one of the biggest things for us is the customer experience on board. And I'm confident after this short little video, you'll get a good feel of what that is.
Don't hide your emotion. Go down your guard and be from the notion. We can be who we are. You saw me standing, breathing inside. You saw me living it, togetherness. Stand up on my shoulder, tell me what to see. Giant.
So as you'll see there, the terminology that's often used is first at sea. And I'm sure you'd all agree, Royal Caribbean do absolutely lead the way first at sea. So this image for me, in one image, just summarises exactly what Royal Caribbean strives to deliver. So this is actually one of our Oasis class ships. And one of the things you'll notice about our Oasis class ships is that when we designed them, we didn't just build up, we actually built double the width of a normal size ship and really opened up the central part of the ship. And actually the next slide just showcases that a little bit better. So on our Oasis class ship, on an evening through the day, you really get a sense of the outside coming in. And I think why that's important for us is, you know, we are trying to go after a new to cruise market. And this is exactly what a normal holiday experience is all about, you know, having a wander along the promenade on an evening, feeling that holiday air. That's exactly what you're going to feel like on a Royal Caribbean Oasis class ship. Just moving on to the next slide. So this is actually Central Park. So again, where else on a ship have you got a live living park? Well, here at Royal Caribbean, you have it. So we actually have over 12,000 living plants in our Central Park. We even have our own park keeper. So if there's any keen gardeners on the call and you're after a change of calling, get on Royal Caribbean, because what a job that must be. But on an evening, as you can imagine, you're walking down Central Park, you've got our wine bar down there, you've got Jamie's Italian, you can grab a seat outside. We play little noises of cricket on an evening and the sound of birds through the day. And again, when you look up to the sky, the stars and the sunset, it just feels like you're on a normal holiday. Now, I think for Royal Caribbean, the family market is truly where we absolutely lead the way. And I think something to really get across to our customers is just how much is included in a Royal Caribbean holiday, because value for money with us is just up there with the best. So I'm just going to take you through a whistle-stop tour of some of the things that we've actually got across a lot of our fleet. So this is the floor rider. Now she's absolutely nailing it there. That is not what I look like when I'm on the floor rider. But the floor rider is a fantastic experience. If you can imagine, you've got sea views all around you. You can either just boogie board, more like me, but again, all included. The next slide here is our skydiving. Now, just a quick little story here. I actually did a cruise show last year, and I was talking to a gentleman that I believe he was probably around about 75. And he said that when he went on board Anthem of the Seas, he took his grandson on board. And I think that's something that we're really, really famous for, those multi-generational holidays. And he said a memory that he will just never forget is skydiving alongside his 5-year-old grandson. He said to us that at my age, I really didn't think I would ever get that sort of a memory. And at that moment, I really felt so proud about the experience that Royal Caribbean deliver, because it's moments like that that you just can't beat. That is a proper holiday experience. Moving on to the next slide, again, something that we're really, really famous for is our rock climbing walls. And again, these are really on a lot of our fleet now, and something that the kids absolutely love. The next slide is probably one of my favourite areas on board some of our quantum class ships. So this is our Seaplex entertainment, and it's actually an indoor venue. Now on this image you can see we've got our bumper cars out, but we do roller skating on here, we do circus school on here, and again, all of these things are included in the cost of your customers' holidays. Now, hopefully a few of you on today's call will have joined us on board, but this is the ultimate of this. So what you may not know is this is actually the tallest slide at sea, but it's not actually a water slide, it's a dry slide, and there's actually 2 of them, and it takes you from top deck down to our boardwalk deck, and you jump in, and it's just fantastic. And actually, just before you go down the slide, it's a glass panoramic screen where you're literally just looking down at the sea. So I say to my customers, this is the quickest way to get from top deck down to the bar, because it brings you out at Playmaker Sports Bar. So yeah, don't take the lift, just take the slide. Now this here is actually our sky pad. So when we were first starting to design this was right, we want to bring a trampoline experience to sea. Obviously, this had never been done before, but in true Royal Caribbean style, we actually then also include the VR headsets. So when you're bouncing, you actually feel the experience is incredible. You can actually find a YouTube video that actually showcases the experience a little bit better, but again, all included in the cost of your customers' holidays. Now, one of the areas on board a Royal Caribbean ship that we've really been developing over the last few years is our pool decks. Now, this is something that our leader, Michael Bailey, is really passionate about, you know, really changing that view of what a pool deck looks like on board a ship. So this is our splash-away bay, and this has actually been added to a lot of our older ships, really just to modernise and bring those top decks to the future. So there's 3 slides here, again all included. So when you are having a day at sea, the kids are, I mean, when you think of all those things that we've just spoke about there, the days at sea are really, I think you'll find it quite challenging to get the children off. And then obviously we are an absolutely family friendly brand, and you do tend to find a lot more children on board in the summer months. But on our shoulder seasons, we do tend to have a lot of couples on board. And I think one of the things to really talk about with customers is we have a lot of adult only areas, our spa facilities on board are award-winning, our gyms are incredible, we have adult only solariums, so it really is a holiday for everyone. Now, moving on to the night time, this is where we really come to life, and I would challenge any holiday out there to try and compete with the type of experience your guests will get with a Royal Caribbean holiday. Now, this image here is our Aqua Theatre. This is on the back of our Oasis class ships. And that pool there, they actually bring a stage up and the show begins. And then it's an acrobatic dive show that the hairs on the back of your neck when you're watching this is it's just amazing. And remember, the ship is moving. So they're so skilled, they're so talented. And the choreography that goes into this show is mind-blowing. We were the first ship to bring ice skating at sea, so your guests can actually go ice skating, but actually on an evening, we do offer our ice shows. And again, continually wanting to innovate, we've introduced a brand new experience where we've brought in drones, light drones as part of the show. And again, the ship is moving whilst this show is happening. And the best way to showcase this level of entertainment is on our YouTube channel. The next image here is our high rise and tide bar. So at Royal, not only do you have the slide rather than the lift, but you also have a bar. So this bar takes you from our famous Royal Promenade deck right up to our Central Park. So you can jump on, grab your Cosmopolitan, and then enjoy the views as you tuck up to Central Park, where you've got your 12,000 living plants, the sounds of cricket, and it's just a fantastic experience. And you can actually just see on the left there is our schooner bar. That's probably one of my favorite entertainment venues because you've got the pianist there. It's dead relaxed. You go in, you order your drink, and everyone starts singing. It's just fantastic. And then the last image here of our entertainment is just our robotic bars. I thought I couldn't do this presentation without showcasing our robotic bars. So this is what we call our most Instagrammable area of our ship. And I promise you, those robots make the most fantastic drinks you can ever experience. And again, it's our why not attitude that made us introduce this bar. So I thought that was just a real good whistle-stop tour of everything that Royal Caribbean have to offer your customers. And I'm sure you'll all agree, it really is a holiday like no other. But we do have 3 key opportunities for 2021 that I really just wanted to cover with you on the call today. So we do have Anthem of the Seas. She is sailing from Southampton next year, and she's going to be sailing from May through to October. And just to showcase what our family lead is, so a family of 4 on Anthem of the Seas, which is one of our Quantum class ships, is leading in right now. A family of 4, total cost for a 7-night holiday in May at £1,310 in total. Yes, you heard me right. £1,310 in total. And Anthem is probably one of my favourite ships. Second to that, we've got Harmony of the Seas. She's going to be sailing from Barcelona. She is our big boy, one of our Oasis class ships. And again, some incredible leads on Harmony of the Seas. She's doing 7-night Western Med rotations. And then Odyssey of the Seas, which is our brand new Quantum Ultra class ship. She's actually doing lots of different sailings from Rome, but she's doing the Croatia, she's doing Santorini, Mykonos. And what's fantastic, she's not just staying there through the day, she's doing a lot of late night docks, so your guests can get a feel of Santorini, Mykonos on an evening. And those types of destinations with a ship like that is just a match made in heaven. So the final 2 slides is just to instill your customers with our cruise with confidence. So this is something that we've designed to really try and help you close your sales for 2021. So it is all on our website. So if you want to look into further details, you absolutely can. But we are offering free cancellations up to 48 hours before the guest due to travel, and we would just give them a future cruise credit. And we also have our best price promise. So you can say to customers, book your holiday now for 2021. And if it reduces in cost, we will give you your money back, or within the balance stage, we will give you that money back as onboard credit. And the final thing here is just to highlight our current campaign, which just complements this presentation so well, because right now we've got an incredibly low lead campaign on, but we're also offering kids from £99, which is why our family prices right now are the strongest they've ever been. And for more details, please visit our agent portal, which is a one-stop shop for everything Royal, and that's My Club Royal. So I had a lot to fit in. I could talk about Royal Caribbean for days, because honestly, I truly believe she is the holiday like no other. But yes, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Sophie. That was a really fantastic update from Royal Caribbean, and some great images as well. And I've been lucky to actually spend an evening in Central Park when she was when the Allure of the Seas was in Miami. So yes, very lucky. Craig, do we have any questions for Sophie?
Good morning, Sophie. Thanks for that. Great stuff. We've got a question here in from Jane Middleton. Let me just quickly click on that. Sorry, technology here. When do you think that you will be back sailing? I think you might have mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, we are on stop sail till the end of October. At the moment, we really don't know. I think our ultimate priority here is the customer experience and making sure that we absolutely come back at the right time. What I would say is we are working, and this isn't an understatement, every hour of the day to make sure that our healthy return back to service is right, and you guys can be confident in selling us to your customers. But right now, we just don't have a date. I would absolutely love to give you a date, but right now we just don't have that.
Of course, yeah, out of our hands. Yeah. Turning to sort of family itineraries, what's the most popular length of itinerary for a family cruise?
Great question, that is. I would probably recommend, because a lot of the families who are booking tend to be new to cruise, it does tend to be that 7-night rotation. So, you know, something like Harmony going from Barcelona, cruise only actually for Harmony, she's leading in for a family of 4 at around about £1,400. And that's a 7-night rotation, only 1 day at sea, so really port rich, and it's doing, we tend to put our ships in destinations that are right for the clients we're going after. So that one's going from Barcelona, it's doing Mallorca, it's doing Rome, it's doing that, you know, that first typical Med cruise itinerary.
That's great and great value. Last question then. Has your robotic cocktail waiter ever not been able to satisfy a customer's demand?
Well, listen, I can only speak on personal experience, and they have always satisfied my my taste buds. I think the only problem is I think some of our waiters on board are a bit concerned about their jobs. But other than that, you need to get down there and you need to be ordering a drink.
It's fantastic to see such innovation on board. Thanks very much, Sophie.
No worries. Thank you for letting me join today.
Oh, thank you so much, Sophie. And now it's time to hear from the lovely, amazing world of river cruising with Lucia Rowe from A-Rosa. Good morning, Lucia.
Good morning, Adele. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, everyone. What a fantastic presentation from Sophie. Wonderful, and thank you for opening up, you know, the scene to family cruising this morning. It is absolutely wonderful to be here, and even more wonderful to be able to introduce you to river cruising and families, which maybe at first sight is not such a good match, but us in our A-Rosa world, we have addressed this subject for quite a few years now, and we found out that actually families and multi-generational travels and river cruising, if done in a relaxed and fun atmosphere, can be a huge success. And I'm just going to show you throughout this presentation how this is looking. But first and foremost, I just wanted to say we're speaking about families today, and I know that many people out there have children who today are getting the results of their exams, A-level exams results due in today. Just to say big you know, wishes of luck and fingers crossed that everybody gets what they need for their future careers, because it's such a defining moment, and I know that many people out there are waiting for these results today. Right, but on we go. A-Rosa, almost 20 years in river cruising, absolute Europe specialist. So we are talking about Europe. And the good news, because I think everybody needs a bit of good news today, the good news is that this cruise line is actually cruising. Ta-da! Which is, I think, something very, very positive for most of the industry, cruising or not. Everybody who's operating nowadays, I think, is just a testimony that there is hope and there is light at the end of the tunnel. We've been cruising since the 17th of June. We've started with a wonderful, wonderful River Douro in Portugal. And I know that UK customers are not allowed as such to go to Portugal yet, but I'm sure this will change very, very soon now. And there are actually quite a few itineraries that are open already, and that you know, people already are cruising. So this is it. A-Rosa, a German brand with 12 ships positioned all around the most beautiful rivers in Europe. The fleet has been divided in two for 7 ships to serve exclusively, so tailor-made for international guests, and now obviously sailing under the very, very stringent health protocols of the Robert Koch Institute in Germany, which is one of the most strict as such health institutes in the world. So everything's well. I'm happy to report that, you know, there was no problem since the middle of June when we started. Guests are absolutely happy and enjoying their holidays in Europe, which is, I think, fantastic news. Right, I think we can move on. We have focused from the very beginning on another type of river cruising. A-Rosa is building their ships in a very different way, and 20 years when we started this exercise, we realized that there was something missing on the rivers, and we identified it quite quickly, and it was the fun factor. And I give it to you. I mean, Sophie with Royal, you know, they did an amazing job, obviously, on the oceans. And I have to admit, I'm guilty to have been, you know, kind of testing it myself with my family 2 years ago, and it was an amazing experience. But if you wanted to go deep into the heart and soul of Europe with your family, on a much smaller ship and in a very, you know, kind of relaxed environment, no tendering involved, easy mooring within the city center, then a river cruise would be the right thing. And we identified families and multi-generational travel as well as city breaks as our core segment. Right. We are the most family-friendly river cruise operators on the rivers. We since 2017 we have started to have multi-generational travel and families on board, and already over 2,500 children traveled with us. We offer all kinds of entertainment and facilities on board for children, but most and foremost, it is about the togetherness. And I think during these times in lockdown, we have found, most of us have found how important, how wonderful it is. I know, you know, it was difficult. It was homeschooling. There were huge challenges, but what an opportunity to have time with your loved ones. So this is what A-Rosa is all about, allowing everybody to explore the most beautiful landscape, the most beautiful destinations of Europe together, grandparents, parents, children, aunties, and so on and so forth, to make it really, really attractive from a point of view of price as well. On all A-Rosa cruises, kids of 15 and under, so ages 15 and under, travel completely free of charge. Which is unique, and which is an amazing opportunity to come and explore our wonderful, wonderful ships and obviously the wonderful destinations in Europe. We do offer an all-exclusive experience, so just to make sure that everybody's you know, on the same page with this. Again, kids cruise free of under 15 and of the age of 15, and everything else really is included except the shore excursions, because when you are in these wonderful cities in Europe, you want to decide what you want to do, so you can book your excursions on board. But other than that, all drinks, be it alcoholic, non-alcoholic, not just with meals, but all around the clock. We have wonderful dining concepts, which are a live buffet gourmet stations, cooking stations that are each manned by a chef, and where families and all the guests can from time to time have cooking classes and cooking workshops and demonstrations, but also we have the more formal seatings in our fine dining restaurants. So everything is possible, but you don't have to do anything. A-Rosa is all about flexibility and choice on board, and this is what we want to encourage people to understand, that river cruising doesn't have to be regimental. It doesn't have to be just white gloves and 7 courses that everybody has to sit through. There is an amazing freedom on board with A-Rosa, which I think the multi-generational market and the families are appreciating very much. And ta-da, this is what we have been working on for a while now. And some of you, I'm sure, have been hearing from us at the CLIA River Cruise Conference in November last year in Amsterdam, when we launched our new generation of ships. This is how A-Rosa is totally showing their commitment towards multi-generational cruising. We are building the first prototype of multi-generational ship, which is also dedicated to the subject of sustainability. I will talk about that in a second, But Adele, if you can just move over to the next slide. What we're talking about here is a ship that has never been done before or on any of the rivers. It's going to be on the Northern Rhine. It's going to be much, much bigger than anything else that has sailed in Europe, and all dedicated to multi-generational travel. We will introduce a groundbreaking concept with our new ship that is going to sail from next year on the Rhine River, and I'm going to show you in a second, Adele, if we can move to the. It is tailor-made for families. There are special family cabins, dedicated kids classroom. There's a separate children's pool on the sun deck, and so on and so forth. So this will be a game changer in terms of how river cruising has been looking at. Here you can see the separate pools on board and how everything is going to be looking like in the future. Another example of how the family cabins will be looking like. They can accommodate up to 5 people. As you can see, this is a river cruise ship, and the space is incredibly limited on board of the rivers, because obviously the rivers are giving us the natural limits of how far and how wide we can build. But as mentioned before, this is a prototype that we were very lucky to design in collaboration with our shipyard and introducing next year. Right, this is not just all about addressing holiday market segments and satisfying and exceeding expectations. It is also about taking care of our environment, and we can see, I think we can all see after this heat wave that we have had. I mean, we are based here in Wales, and we had 35 degrees for over 5 days now. The environment is certainly calling to us to do something and save the planet, basically. A-Rosa has been a leader in sustainable river cruising for quite a while now, but now we are completely committed in this new generation of ships. We are launching the E-Motion ships, which is a battery propulsion enabled ship that switches the engines to battery power when entering a town or a city, thus reducing pollution and noise. We also introduce an innovative, groundbreaking air bubble technologies so that the ship can glide through the waters much easier, thus reducing fuel and pollution. So all of these new generation of ships will be aimed towards the sustainability project that is very close to our heart. Right, just to run you quickly through what we have on every A-Rosa ship, not just on the new ship. Every A-Rosa ship has a spa, a pool or jacuzzi, and wonderful gyms on board. Everything is included in your cruise price, so only massages and treatments would have to be paid for. Let's wait for Adele to go to the next slide. Also, all the entertainment on board is including. A-Rosa is yet again an innovator on the rivers when entertainment is concerned. All of our ships have got real stages on board, which is quite unique in the river cruise world. And we have regular events and celebrations on the sun deck. There's loads of games that people can participate in. We have nightly entertainment with residents DJs, a real dance floor, lots and lots of guest performers coming and performing on board to bring the destination closer to your clients. And of course, last but not least, why people are choosing river cruises. Why are we going on holiday at all? It is mostly to explore. It is mostly to find out about other cultures, other people, how is this best explored. With A-Rosa, you can book a wide choice of short excursions, and of course we are dedicating a big segment of our short excursions to family tours. As you can see here, our short excursions are all kind of divided in clusters. We have discovery tours, we have adventure tours, bike tours, family tours, and gourmet tours. So everybody has a choice. Everybody can find something to explore, either with the family or following their own heart and hobbies. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to go out on a bike tour and explore the cities of Europe, because it is so easy, and this is what our families also very much like to do every time the ship moors in another wonderful and exciting destination. Now, a partnership with A-Rosa. Some of you are already partners, some of you already know. A-Rosa in the UK is 100% trade committed. That means that we only deal and we only trade with our and via our partners. We don't have any direct sales in the UK, and we are very, very happy to go on with this strategy in Britain, because it's a wonderful way to grow together with our partners. So there are quite a few benefits to partnering up with A-Rosa. We are for the family and multi-generational market, and in the city break market, a very, very good opportunity for business. We have a contemporary, a flexible product that will appeal to families and the general and wider audience. Our pricing offers really exceptional value, with all drinks included, and all the venues on board and all the facilities included in the base price. It's very, very easy to partner up with us. We provide seamless content availability, booking connectivity, so it is really, really easy to set up. It's usually, you know, done within 24 hours. So if you are not an A-Rosa partner yet and would like to become one in hopefully very, very near future, do get in touch with us. We are here for you. We are cruising. We have wonderful stories to tell you in terms of how the guests that are on board now and that have been on board since the middle of June are appreciating the fact that there is a holiday to be had. Even in 2020, Europe is pretty much open, and it is a wonderful thing to see that we can still go away, we can still have a bit of a time away, and I am sure that one by one the other cruise lines will join us and start cruising again. But in the meantime, I would like to say a big thank you to CLIA for organizing this, which is a fantastic opportunity, and obviously to all of you today. Thank you very much, and I'd be very happy to answer any of your questions.
Oh, thank you, Lucia. Great information about A-Rosa, and particularly your family program. That ship looks amazing, and those family suites, absolutely stunning. Definitely some food for thought there for people who didn't think river cruising was for families. Well, you've certainly smashed that myth. So, Craig, do we have any questions for Lucia at this time?
Hi, Lucia. Fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, a similar question that I put to Sophie. But the typical length of what we'd say a family or a multi-generational itinerary.
Yes, so the length is usually, so our most popular itinerary would be the south of France one, and that is a typical 7-nighter. So you would embark in Lyon, which is even today, when maybe flying is not so popular, is very, very easily accessible via the Eurostar. So people would embark in Lyon and would cruise on board of our A-Rosa Stella ship all the way to the Med, and discovering along the way the most wonderful, wonderful places like Avignon and Arles and the Camargue region. where we offer some exciting jeep safaris also for families to discover the wonderful flora and fauna in that region. So that would be, I think, our most popular itineraries for families in summer. But then, you know, there are others for October half term. That would be the Rhine, obviously with the wonderful landscapes over there, and also the Danube, where you can see again during 1 week of cruising, you would be able to see 3 major capitals and explore with your family, which is a fantastic thing to do.
Excellent, thank you. And moving on board, language on board.
Yes.
Which languages are spoken?
Then language on board for us, for the ships we are selling in the UK, which are 7 ships. So all the itineraries are covered with these 7 ships that we are selling in the UK. And we have 2 languages on board, which are English and German, and everything is done bilingually, literally everything. So from printed materials to spoken material to entertainment, everything we do is bilingual. The shore excursions, though, will be divided into either German or English. So when you go out on your tour, it will be either German or English speaking.
That's perfect. And I see that you've got some fantastic things for kids to do on board. Is there actually any kids club as the arrangements?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, so during the main holidays, the school holiday times, we have kids clubs arranged. It was something that we didn't think we would offer in the beginning, but then there was so much demand for it that we started to do this 2 years ago, and it had a resounding response. So yes is the answer. During the main holiday times, we do kids clubs where we have professional kids entertainers who are doing lots of fun and amazing things with the kids, while the parents might be exploring something around the destinations where we are.
That's perfect. Thank you very much, Lucia.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks again, Lucia. Thank you for joining us. So now we're going to try and go back to Danielle from Carnival. Danielle, are you with us?
I think so.
Oh, marvellous. There you are, my lovely. Nice to see you. Let's get going.
I've moved rooms, so hopefully that makes things a little bit better. So yeah, take 2. So thank you all again for joining us, and thank you very much for CLIA for giving us this opportunity to mainly go through all of the updates here at Carnival Cruise Line. There's been plenty going on, and I'm sure all you guys, your head is just overwhelmed with all of the information that you've been receiving over the past 4 months. So hopefully this will just make things a little bit easier for you. So if we can go to the first slide, we are going to have a look first and foremost at our fleet update. Carnival Cruise Line, we are the biggest cruise line in the world, 28 ships, so there's a lot to know. So when we have a fleet update, it's always a big update. We've had a lot of ship shuffles going on. So to start off with, Carnival Inspiration and Carnival Fantasy have been sold. So those 2 ships are now left the fleet. So what we have done with those itineraries, ships are coming over to replace them, okay? So Carnival Inspiration was currently doing 3, 4 and 5 night sailings from Los Angeles. She will now be picked up from Carnival Radiance, which we'll speak more of in a moment. And then we've got Carnival Fantasy, who was previously sailing out of Mobile, Alabama. So it doesn't really affect the UK too much, as we didn't really have a massive amount of UK business in Mobile, but she is going to be picked up from Carnival Sensation. So Carnival Sensation is moving from Miami to Mobile to pick up the Carnival Fantasy itineraries. We then have Carnival Imagination. So Carnival Imagination, along with Carnival Inspiration, always remember the 2 I's, those were the 2 ships that did the 3, 4 and 5 night sailings from Los Angeles. So Radiance is also picking up those itineraries as well. So Carnival Radiance will be picking up Carnival Inspiration and Imagination itineraries as well, okay? And then we have Carnival Fascination. So those of you will probably be quite familiar with Carnival Fascination. She was one of the UK's most popular ships, and she was sailing out of Barbados and San Juan, Puerto Rico. She is in long-term layup along with Carnival Imagination. For those of you that wonder what long-term layup means, bit of cruise terminology, it just basically means going into storage, okay? So this actually does mean that the Barbados and San Juan itineraries are cancelled until further notice. If and when we bring those back, we of course will get that information out to you at the moment. For any travel agents that have got customers affected by any of these changes, you will be offered the two options. The first option, which fingers crossed a lot of your customers have taken advantage of, is the 100% future cruise credit plus onboard credit offer. Okay, so depending on the cruise that they move their future cruise credit to will depend on the amount of onboard credit that they receive. If they change to a 6-night or longer cruise, they will receive $600 onboard credit. Amazing incentive there. If it's a 5-night sailing or less, they'll receive $300, as well as obviously the 100% future cruise credit. So those of you affected by this, you will have already received information from us notifying you that your guest is affected. So please just let us know whether your guest wants to do a future cruise credit, onboard credit, or 100% refund. But fingers crossed, we're getting those people moved over. So this will mean Carnival Radiance is coming over to Los Angeles. So this is a really exciting thing for us. Carnival Radiance was previously Carnival Victory, but we have given her a $200 million makeover, obscene makeover. So she obviously deserved a new name. So she's being changed from Victory to Radiance, and she's going to join Carnival Panorama in Los Angeles. So Radiance from May 2021 will be picking up all of the Inspiration and Imagination itineraries. So this will mean we have got two fantastic ships in Los Angeles from May next year. So we've got Carnival Panorama, which you can see at the bottom left, and Carnival Radiance on the bottom right of the screen as well. Panorama, she's our newest ship at the moment. She joined the fleet in December 2019, and she is just perfect for families, for adults, everyone. She's really a multi-generation ship, and the prices are insane. So she's doing 7-night sailings. You can get prices for 7 nights at $304 per person, $350 per person for the week, but a family of 4, £1,035 total for a family of 4 for a week on Carnival Panorama from Los Angeles. Hook that up with Vegas or maybe California, Disneyland, and you've really got a proper family holiday there. We've also got Carnival's 50th birthday in 2022, which we've recently announced the delivery date of November for our second XL class ship. So this will be the sister ship of Mardi Gras, which we'll take a look at the Mardi Gras updates later, but she goes on sale later on this year. Name is TBA, so I'll let you ponder about what the name could be, but that will be the sister ship coming to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Carnival's birthday in 2022, November. So what have we been doing recently the last 4 or 5 months to support you guys? Here at Carnival Cruise Line, we completely rely on you guys. We do have a little bit of direct customers, but it's predominantly agent and through the trade. So we wanted to make sure that you guys have got everything that you need to, you know, sell us, and everything you need to know about Carnival, and everything you could need for your customers, and to make it easier for you. So we have still carried on with our monthly webinars. So these webinars are hosted on the first Thursday of every month. So you just need to sign up, and then you'll get sent a notification. They're generally 30 minutes tops, so it's not taking too much out of your day, and a bit like what we're doing now, it will be a monthly update on everything Carnival Cruise Line. So make sure you signed up to those, because they're really, really helpful. Follow us on Facebook. All of the new information also gets put on our Facebook page, so you're sure to not miss anything. Follow Carnival Fun Team International, so that's myself and the rest of the London team, and everything new that happens at Carnival will be posted on there as well. Now, the main thing is goccl.co.uk. So those of you who know that as our booking engine, when you log in as an agent, there is a tab called Agent Training Tools. When you go on the training tools, you have all of this available for you. We've got virtual ship tours. Perhaps you want to show these to your customers. You can use them to show them a virtual tour of the ship that they're booking on. virtual cruise party. Now, we're going to go more onto that in a moment, but sounds exciting. We've also got our Carnival Cruise Line University training. So everything you need to know about Carnival all put into a training manual, and it's a fun video themed training session. It's not death by PowerPoint, so please don't worry about that. So go on there when you get a spare moment and earn your gold level certificate. We've got virtual deck plans, marketing tools. So when you're doing your posters, your advertisements, anything for marketing, we've actually got marketing approved images and videos that are all approved by us, and they're all available on GoCCL as well. We've also got a ship fact sheet. So back to us being the biggest cruise line in the world, it's impossible to know everything about every single ship. I'm a massive cruise geek and I don't even know everything. But if you go on the fact sheet, you can just go along and see which ship has what facility. So you might have a customer that says, I want to go on a ship that has the water park on it. You can find the ship and tick, yeah, it's got the water park. Yes, it's got the sky ride. So you can actually go on there and see that. And then lastly, we've also got something called the Knowledge Centre. So when you go on the Knowledge Centre, it's a bit like, if you remember back in the day, Ask Jeeves, you can just type in a question or a keyword and it will bring up anything related to what you've typed in. So if you do have a question and you can't find the answer, go on the Knowledge Centre and it will have the answer on there for you. So, virtual cruise party. What is the virtual cruise party and how crazy is it? I mean, it sounds crazy. So, the virtual cruise party we launched a couple of months ago. It's for you guys to host a party at home in your living room with your customers. Okay, so get together, talk cruises, but most importantly, this is Carnival Cruise Line, have fun. We are the fun cruise line. It's a perfect opportunity to get to know your customers and have some fun, play some games, do some quizzes all around the ships or all around travel. You can make it into anything you want. The main goal of the virtual cruise party is to give customers a memorable experience of you, the travel agent, and just agents in general. We want customers out there to realise how important it is that they book with a travel agent, and hopefully the current situation is proving that more than ever. And this is a perfect opportunity to really get your customers engaged, and when they are ready to book a holiday, book a cruise, they'll think, ah, yes, I'll go back to her, I'll go back to him, because they had that party with you. So get the information all on GoCCL. We've got party packs available on there. You can set a theme for your party. We've got cocktail ingredients as well, cocktail recipes on there that you can use. We've actually got recipes as well on the party packs of some of our food on board. So if you want to share with your customers how to make Carnival's famous chocolate melting cake, it's on there. So all of this is in the party packs on GoCCL, so you can share that with your customers. So things to come. I mean, we've got exciting things to come. So forget coronavirus, forget the past. Let's talk about what's going to come. So first of all, you will have seen we have announced Australia. So we can go on to the next slide, please, Adele. Thank you. So we actually released Australia back in April. So just as coronavirus started coming in, we came out with this amazing news that Australia is now on sale to the UK. Previously, it wasn't bookable through the trade. Now it 100% is. So you now have access to all of our amazing value for money Australian itineraries. We've got 2 ships in Australia, Carnival Spirit and Carnival Splendor, both of which have undergone makeovers. Particular Carnival Splendor underwent a huge refurbishment before entering the Australian market. So both ships are completely up to date and have got the amazing things on board. So Splendor actually has one of the biggest adult only areas, Serenity, which is completely free of charge, and it's for ages 18 and over. Oh, bliss. That's where you'll find me. So it has one of the biggest areas. We've got the Waterworks water park on board, which you can see on the picture there. If you fancy going into the slide, and it's a trapdoor, you stand up like this and then the trapdoor goes and you go into the chute. Honestly, it makes my heart go, but there we go, if you enjoy that kind of thing. Splash Cove for the kids, and we've got a new look Masala Tiger experience as well for the restaurants on board. We've got Guy's Burger Joint on board. You know, the list of food just goes on and on and on. But the Australian prices are just really, really fantastic. For example, a 13-night sailing from Brisbane to Singapore, £477 per person. I'm actually booked on that myself for next year. So May next year, have a look. We're also sailing from Sydney as well. So you've got Sydney for prices of £300 per person for a 10-night sailing from Sydney around South Pacific. So our Australia prices 100% will not be beaten, but more to the point as well, you're getting the family experience, the real cruise casual feel, with everything fun on board as well. So it really is exciting that we've got that, and it's been doing extremely well. So thank you for everyone that's jumped onto the Australian market really quickly. So then on to Mardi Gras. So for those of you, we actually released the information for Mardi Gras, or feels like a lifetime ago. Unfortunately, COVID has delayed her slightly from being this year to next year. So Mardi Gras will be available from February 2021. Her first sailing will be from Port Canaveral, where she will remain in Port Canaveral and complete 7-night sailings around Eastern and Western Caribbean. So perfect for those customers that are wanting a family fun holiday with maybe a stay in Orlando for Universal or Disney, because she has the first ever roller coaster at sea. How bonkers is that? So I'm sure you've seen plenty of the videos going around about Mardi Gras. But Adele, if you just want to press play on the video to the right, and you can see the update of what she's doing now. So she's there, she's in Finland, still being built as we speak. The building is still continuing with her. So although she was delayed slightly, she's there, she's ready to go for February, and she just looks amazing. She is going to be the largest of the fleet. So she's going to be the first XL class ship. XL, think of extra large. XL class ship, and then of course, like I mentioned earlier, we've got the sister ship coming in November 2022 to celebrate that as well. So lots of exciting things going on here at Carnival, despite the really unprecedented times, but we are down to sail on the 1st of November. Our current suspension is until the 31st of October for North America. So fingers crossed, we will have everything in place for you to be ready then. You know, like everyone, our main priority is guest safety and the experience on board as well, you know. So we want to keep the fun on board, we want to keep the safety on board, but please just make sure you take advantage of everything that we are offering you, all of the agent resources on GoCCL, and of course, don't hesitate to reach out to myself or any of the team through the Facebook page or our email addresses as well. So please just let us know. But thank you all so much.
Oh, thank you, Danielle. What a fantastic update from Carnival there. And I have to say, Mardi Gras looks just incredible. You must be really excited for her launch. Yeah. Craig, do we have any questions for Danielle?
We've got the same question again, Danielle. The length of a typical family cruise itinerary, and say what's the most popular itinerary for families.
So for us, definitely 7 nights Caribbean, predominantly from Orlando or Miami. We are massive in the States. When you go over to the States, everything's Carnival Cruise Line. Any coastline, you'll see a Carnival ship somewhere. So it's definitely 7 nights, especially for families. And with our ships, you know, the water parks and everything on board, definitely Eastern Caribbean, Western Caribbean. I mean, the prices, I mean, that one I mentioned, a family of 4 on Panorama from Los Angeles, £1,035 total for a family of 4. You very rarely find that nowadays. So, you know, for the prices, and the prices that we get flights as well, you can get flights to the States for around about £300 now as well. So you're often paying similar to what you would be for Europe for Caribbean. So I think people realize that, and then they tend to go to Caribbean. So 100% 7 nights Caribbean from Miami and Port Canaveral would be our most popular.
That does sound amazing value. I think I just need to find myself a family now. About cabins, do families tend to book cabins side by side? Are there interconnecting cabins?
Absolutely. So we've got interconnecting cabins, however, on our newer ships as well. So from Carnival Vista onwards, so Carnival Vista was 2016, but all of those ships onwards, we also have larger cabins, family harbour cabins they're called. So they are larger, they sleep up to 5. You've actually got 2 bedroom areas, one that's a living room, which actually converts more into a bedroom. Curtain comes across, so you've got bunk beds or pull-out beds if you want, but it's a lot larger. And we do benefits with those as well. So for example, you get exclusive access to something called the Family Harbour Lounge. So that will only be for guests that are staying in the Family Harbour rooms. So perfect for families. And in that area, you've got video games, snacks like ice creams and board games. It's a real nice hangout area for the families. So if you have got families that are looking for something a little bit extra roomy, have a look at the Family Harbour staterooms, because you will get those benefits as well. You get 1 night of free babysitting service of that as well, and you'll also get some of the restaurants for free for the children as well. So some of the specialty restaurants, which might cost $20 per person normally, you'll get it free for the children if you're staying in one of those staterooms as well.
That sounds great. Everything for the young and the young at heart. Fantastic. Thanks, Danielle.
Oh, thank you, Danielle, and thank you very much for joining us this morning and for that great update on Carnival. And I want to say thank you to all of our speakers this morning. Thank you for sharing so much information and updates and inspiration with us. We've got more summer school sessions confirmed throughout the rest of August, so please do look out for more information on those upcoming events, and you are welcome to join as many as you can. And thank you once again for joining us, and it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Goodbye.